So I made a Zoro vs King video on how King will be Zoro's greatest opponent. That'll be left in the description below. And in that video, I said I'd do a video about the Lunarians, and it hasn't been uploaded yet because, well, there's finals going on. But here it is. This is everything we know about the Lunarians so far. And so a question I have is, well, does King stand above all the Lunarians? And what do I mean by that? Well, he does have an ancient zone devil fruit, which they are pretty powerful, meaning King has tremendous durability and tremendous strength, well, physical strength. But is the Lunarians, like, because they're considered gods, they were considered they could last in any type of environment, where Queen said, hey, they were wiped out, and Sanji was like, well, if they could stand in any environment, how did they get wiped out? Where Queen said, look in the history book. And since Queen called Lunarians monsters, what is the difference between King as Lunarian? Like, does he stand above the rest? An example like that is, look at the ASL trio, how you have Ace, Sabo, and Luffy, how all of them are very strong. However, Luffy stands above all of them. So does King himself stand above the Lunarians, or are the Lunarians that strong? One thing I love is that Zoro, he said he can't defeat King without knowing what he is, because Zoro, he's fought against fishmen, he's fought against giants, he fought against a lot of creatures and weird things and people with devil fruits, but he's like, this is different. It's Lunarian, so he can't figure out what King is, which is why he's having a hard time against him. And I love this because it showcases when Zoro does finally figure out King as a character and how he can defeat him. We'll probably get King's backstory. And something that has been heavily implemented is King, his fire and his wings. We saw that he blocked Zoro's black rope dragon twister with his wings, so it showcases that the wings are something, and that isn't a part of his devil fruit, that is a part of him as Lunarian. And did you guys know that the Lunarians, they were hinted at some point when chapter 49 with Mihawk's introduction and the confusion there? The panel goes like this: don't know about old Hawkeye, but old Red Eyes was there. He drank so much wine his eyes turned red. Then the fool caught on fire and exploded. Yeah, what a sight. And even though that this isn't directly necessarily Lunarians, it does describe King perfectly. King has red eyes, and we saw when Zoro stabbed him, he exploded. In terms of their physical appearances, from what we know of King, him being the last survivor Lunarians, they are a large humanoid creature, and they have black feathered wings, and they're also a race from the Red Line. We saw that Marco, he mentioned that there was something about fire conjurers on the Red Line that were wiped out, and we believe that there was a war that went on between the Celestial Dragons and the Lunarians for Mary Joa, where the Celestial Dragons, since they're living there now, that means that the Lunarians lost, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the video. And there are a lot of, well, Yonkos that are interested in King. Like I said, Whitebeard, he made mention about them being the kingdom of gods on the Red Line. And Big Mom, she wanted to recruit King because we know she likes different creatures in Tatalan. Since he's the last one, she wanted a Lunarian on her crew. And then also we know that Lunarians, they can light themselves on fire and they can conjure fire, and imbuing that in their different types of attacks. They have great physical toughness. They're incredible in any type of environment, like Queen said. They also can emit fire and weaponize it in combat. Their flame, it boosts their power, etc. And we don't know how King works, right? We know that he's taken a lot of Zoro's attacks, the Lion Strike, the Black Road Dragon Twister, Purgatory Onigiri, and he's tanking them. That's not a diss on Zoro, because Zoro can keep up, similar to his fight against Mr. One. He could keep up, get hits on him, he just couldn't damage him because he didn't have the breath of all things. And this is similar to King. He can keep up, but he cannot damage him, where we think that something has to do with the flames. He may be similar to Marco and Lunarians. They can heal themselves really quickly, or fire might be how their stamina is. We know Marco, how his flames work. It works on stamina. If Marco doesn't have any, then the flames won't regenerate. So King could be something along those lines, where Zoro will have to switch to using flame rend-like attacks. But the reason why I'm saying that the Celestial Dragons probably had the Lunarians, they won the battle, and that the Lunarians were probably enslaved, because when King had his mask on, he got very upset when Zoro cut it, and he started going even harder and attacking Zoro. And two characters that hide something about them, Boa Hancock and Katakuri. Boa Hancock has the claw of the Celestial Dragon on her back, and then Katakuri, he likes to hide his face because, well, he's an ugly mother fluffer, and he doesn't want people seeing him. And then when that was uncovered, they got very upset. Boa Hancock, she was scared that the island people would disown her, didn't like her, and Katakuri well, he wasn't necessarily scared, but he was upset, and we saw what he did to Luffy once he found out what happened to him. And think of Kuma, how someone is strong can still be submissive or have to serve under the Celestial Dragon. So maybe King has some scarring, or he has branded and stuff like that on him. And Katakuri and King, they have a lot of parallels similar to Zoro and Luffy, for example, hiding themselves, how they're first commanders, how they're really strong. What else? The fact that in their fights against Luffy, Katakuri was being overconfident and very cocky in his fighting. Same way with Zoro, how King is doing that with Zoro, saying he'll fight him in his own element. So the two have a lot of parallels, and I may make a video about this in the future, but one thing I wanted to make mention is how King was considered a god, or well, the Lunarians themselves. And I find it funny how Zoro, he has Enma, and that Enma has something to do with hell. I believe it's the sword that splits hell. I find it funny how in Skypiea Zoro is all like he doesn't believe in God, or he doesn't pray to God, and how he's fighting a Lunarian who has wings and was a god on top of the red line. And Zoro, he has different hell-based attacks, or I guess deity related attacks, Ashura, Purgatory, Onigiri, and now he has the thing with Enma. So I find it funny how it's kind of like King, he's a god or an angel, and then Zoro, he's like a demon or the devil, so they're clashing. That's just very ironic to me. But yeah, this is everything we know about the Lunarians so far. Probably in the next chapter, if Sanji versus Queen is over, we'll probably get Zoro versus King. And we may get a backstory about the Lunarians. Maybe not necessarily with King, which doesn't make sense if it wouldn't, but it may go down later down the lines. But let me know what you guys think. How do you guys feel about King? How do you guys feel about the Lunarians? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video from my Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat on the screen and in the description below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.